Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Thank you all so much for your incredible support. It means the world to me. Last time, our protagonist slayed the Ice Frost Giant Tiger and started thinking about upgrading his Diamond Tier Digger. I can't wait to explore what happens next together. And if you missed the earlier part, the link is in the description below. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any of the action. Now, without further ado, let's jump into the story. The scene changes to the city of Tianling, where Su-Yang was standing and wondering that it was incredible that so many people gather in the city to purchase the strategies. He thought it was truly a testament to the leading strategy group. He admitted that he was feeling a bit nervous while walking into the building. He joked saying that he just sold their items and officially ascended to the rank of a new rich person. He was feeling embarrassed due to this. Upon entering the building, there was a long line at the reception desk, and people were arguing with each other, and receptionists were trying to keep people calm and wait their turn, according to the number they have been provided. Lu Fan amazed by such a huge crowd in reception desk. While looking around, his gaze fell upon someone familiar. It was Zhou Tai and Lu Qi. He was a bit shocked that he ran into them so quickly. They were walking somewhere. Lu Qi, who we know as the crappy thug, was urging to Zhou Tai about his lost weapon. He said, "Can the loss of his weapon be reimbursed?" According to him, it was a Starshine level weapon. In response to this statement, Zhou Tai said that having caused Chunlun's downfall, the headquarter has been lenient and had not troubled them. But more did he wanted from them? Frustrated by this situation, Lu Qi kicked the garbage bin which was nearby him, while yelling that he had to grind for months again to get the weapon. By the twist of fate, the garbage bin flew straight toward our boy Su-Yang. He caught the incoming garbage with his left hand and said, "Who's the uncultured one throwing things around?" In an annoying tone. Hearing this, Lu Qi got angry and questioned our boy that if he had a problem with that. In response, our Giga Chad boy said that, of course he has a problem. He questioned that being high level mean that the thug could do whatever he want. He grabbed Su-Yang from the shirt and yelled that, how can a mere 40 level newbie dares to talk back to him? He was super pissed and said that he can do whatever he wants here. He argued that whether Su-Yang believe it or not, he can kick him out of here anytime. Hearing all this, Su-Yang had a smile on his face which pissed the guy even more. He questioned Su-Yang why was he laughing. To all this, Su-Yang thought of getting his revenge next time this crappy guy entered the Black Dragon Sanctuary. He thought he will wipe him out. Zhou Tai, being the mature guy, stopped Lu Qi immediately and told him to mind their image a bit. He said it was a trivial matter and urged both of them to not hold on to it. But by this time, Su-Yang was already annoyed and questioned. What kind of treatment was this? He questioned, was this how the esteemed Tiangue Pavilion treats their guests? He affirmed that he was disappointed. Hearing this, Zhou Tai got annoyed and said that they are high-end strategy group here and they don't sell strategies for dungeons at his level. Lu Qi added saying that Zhou Tai should not waste his words on this kid and watch him kicking this kid out with one foot. Su-Yang instantly took his black card out and held it with 2 fingers, while both of them were staring at him with killing intent. Being a dumb idiot, Lu Qi has slapped the card out of Su-Yang's and questioned him. Was that trashy card supposed to scare him? Su-Yang was amazed at the level of stupidity of this guy. He wondered, that doesn't this idiot even recognize the value of the card? The flicked card that landed at somebody's feet. It was Grand Steward. Zhou Tai questioned that why the Grand Steward was here, and the idiot Lu Qi said that he was looking forward to the arrival of the Grand Steward. The notification window then informed that the guy's name was Jiayu. He was level 120 and the Grand Steward of First City, Yangfeng City. He was annoyed by the current scene. He picked up the card from the ground and walked toward the idiot, Lu Qi. Without saying anything in the next moment, he delivered a super extra special giga slap on left cheek of the idiot Lu Qi. The idiot fell on the floor due to the slap and questioned, what is he doing? He reminded him that he was his brother-in-law. The Grand Steward totally ignored him and walked toward our boy, Su-Yang. While handing him the card back, he welcomed him as esteemed VIP and introduced himself as the Grand Steward of Yangfeng City. He further apologized for the trouble subordinates have caused him. At the statement, our boy brushed it off saying that it was no issue. He also wondered why such an important figure was welcoming him. The Grand Steward then looked at Su-Yang and asked him, at such a young age, he already possesses the Black Gold membership card of the X Alliance. Could it be that he has completed the 5-star class transfer mission and obtained the VIP privileges of the class transfer temple? Su-yang responded in agreement. Then he ordered Zhou Tai and the idiot Lu Qi to treat this distinguished guest properly. Zhou Tai responded saying, "Yes, Grand Steward." The idiot responded in huh? The Grand Steward then announced that he will be taking his leave now. He grabbed the idiot Lucy from his cape and started dragging him behind while saying that he wanted to talk with him about the next dungeon. The idiot Lucy was screaming like a little child, saying that he can walk on his own and he does not have to drag him like that. He pointed towards Su-yang and said that he will get back at him. Su-yang just waved bye to him. Hearing about the next dungeon, he thought the next dungeon already. Does the Tianji Pavilion have a new move? While he was lost in thought, Zhou Tai asked, what can he do for him? In response, Su-yang asked that he would like to know the whereabouts of the master-level blacksmith in the city, and if they have unbound gems here. He mentioned that the treasure pavilion ran out, and he would like to buy a few more. Zhou Tai responded, saying that information is not a problem, and they have the unbounded gems, but they are expensive. Stopping him midway, his statement Su-yang flicked his fingers saying anything that can be solved with money was not an issue for him, and instantly a bag full of gold landed in front of him. Seeing the big chunky bag of gold, Zhou Tai said that he would have someone to assist him, or rather he will personally retrieve all the stuff he has requested. He asked our boys to wait for a moment. At this response, Su-yang thought that Zhou Tai was quick to change his face. Truly a salesman. While waiting for his stuff, Su-yang thought that Yongfang City was the capital of this region, and even the Grand Steward was so respectful. He was now even more curious about the background of the temple. After getting the information and his goods, Su-yang was checking the mini-map and wondering that Old Wolf Forge was a master-level blacksmith, and he was hiding in such an inconspicuous place. He said it was all right decision to entrust Taijin Pavilion. Then he got distracted by some other people who were talking around. You were saying the exploration team is preparing to go to the Black Dragon Sanctuary again? Is that true? People have died in there, and they still dare to go? The other person responded, saying I have only heard about it, but everyone is too scared now. There is hardly any response. The first person then responded, saying that he thought as much, not even for $100 billion would he go. Hearing this conversation, Su-yang thought that, as expected, Chunlong's death has dealt a huge blow to the morale of the exploration team. And they probably want to come again for a while. He thought that it's better to subdue the Black Dragons sooner rather than later, to avoid any complications. The scene then changes to the shop, where Su-yang asked that he was looking for Mr. Gu Yong while entering the shop. There were two beauties and a bald man working in the background. The beauties instantly looked towards Su-yang. Both the beauties were from Yu Yun Guild. One had white hairs and pink eyes, and the other had pink hair and shades. According to the system notification window, the name of the pink eyes girl was Morong Shui, and she was level 95. The other girl who was wearing shades, her name was In Yu. She was level 92. Su-yang greeted them, saying, "Are you here to get your equipment done too?" The pink-haired girl, On Yu, instantly rushed at Su-yang, which scared him a little. She loudly asked him, that was he the new brother who joined? How old is he? Does he have a girlfriend? Does he like older sister? Wow. Look at this speedy lady asking all the right questions. Maybe she's going to be the next in the line to be a waifu. I hope she becomes one, because she is pretty well-rounded. You know what I mean. The white-haired girl grabbed her face and pushed her back while saying, Su-yang, right? This is a master-level forge. You don't need to come here at your level. Just go to the blacksmith shop on Commercial Street. Hearing this, Su-yang sighed. This is the second time today I have heard something like this. Sometimes I really don't feel like explaining. Then he waved his hand, saying, is my weapon qualified to be here? It was the dagger and gem. Both of the ladies were stunned after looking at the items. This couldn't be. A Starshine level weapon? The pink-haired girl added, saying, and a complete unbounded gem. Each one is worth several hundred million. Looking at the items, the blacksmith was intrigued. It's been a long time since I have seen such a fine weapon, he said. While looking at the dagger, Su-yang then passed both the items to the master, saying that he entrusted to him. Holding the dagger in his left hand, the blacksmith turned into Super Saiyan, which caused his shirt to be ripped apart. He affirmed Su-yang, saying that he can rest assured, and he will pour his life work into strengthen this weapon, and he will not disappoint him. The blacksmith started hammering the dagger, and sparks began to fill the room. He continued his hammering process without paying any attention to his surrounding environment. But the two ladies were amazed by the beautiful sparks flying around. The white-haired girl was looking at the sparks with puppy dog eyes. She speculated that the stars were the result of the enhancing process of Starshine tier weapon. She said that it was her first time witnessing such a marvelous scene. The girl with pink hairs and shades also added, saying that the scene was splendid. But to their dismay, when they looked toward our boy Soo-young, he was sitting at the bench with blank, unimpressed face. Both the girls thought that he is unimpressed because he seemed familiar with these kinds of spectacles. The pink-haired girl noticed the other girl looking at Soo-young and questioned her teasingly, saying that she has been staring at Soo-young intently. She questioned, that was she starting to like him? And this question, the white-haired girl got surprised and rejected the acquisition, saying that she was just lost in the thought. Countering this argument, the pink-haired girl said that it was pretty rare to see her distracted. The white hair shouted at her, saying that this was enough. Soo-young was overhearing the conversation, and he was contemplating his decision of choosing this guild. A few hours later, the process was done, and the blacksmith announced that he had successfully finished the weapon, and it was looking amazing. Looking at the weapon, Soo-young was amazed, and thought that this was truly a work of a master. And he also completed it in one go. He thought that last time he tried, he wasted so many materials. He asked the blacksmith master that how much does he owe him for the work. In response, the blacksmith said that he had to put a lot of effort in the weapon and normally he would charge 1 billion in the fee. But today he felt particularly invigorated, and he will make an exception and do it for free. Hearing this, the pink hair girl questioned that a grandmaster level forging for free? She was amazed by this event. Soo-young in response to the blacksmith master said that he wouldn't dream of taking advantage of an elder. And he mentioned that the money is easy to come by, but a master like him is hard to find. And he urged him to accept the 1 billion in fees. He said he will be visiting him often. At this gesture of goodwill, the blacksmith gave thumb up to our boy and said that he got guts, and he will accept the payment and look forward to his next visit. Looking at this interaction, the pink-haired girl was starting to fall in love with our boy Soo-young. He mentioned that he not only passed up every opportunity but also spent 1 billion, and he's still smiling. She questioned, that was this the composure of a tycoon? Her face was getting all red. The white-haired girl questioned that could he truly be the young master of an S-tier guild. The scene then changes to the outskirts of Tianling City, the Wild Spirit Mountain Range. The level recommended to visit this area was 40 and above. Soo-young was standing on a tree branch while scouting the area and looking at a volcano. He mentioned that this area was indeed for those above the second transformation. He started distributing start points to face the challenges ahead. The Shadow Bloodlust scale required 300 points in speed and spirit, so he added all those points and then distributed all the remaining points to other stats. With this, he was all prepared to face any challenges ahead. He mentioned that with his current strength, he can easily drive away 4th transformation powerhouse. He consumed 1 meditative elixir, which permanently increased his spirit attribute by 50 points. 2 swift elixirs, which permanently increased speed attribute by 50 points. Elixir of Celestial Speed, which permanently increased speed attribute by 100 points. After preparing the best he can, he jumped from the branch into the darkness and started falling down. During his fall, 2 monsters attacked him. One was a level 45 Wrathbat, and another was a level 44 Resentful Soldier. To deal with these monsters, Soo-young activated his Shadow Form skill, which consumed mana for a short period of invisibility and provided him with 60% increase in the speed. With this increased speed, he took care of both the monsters without even breaking a sweat. He was amazed that the most basic warrior skill, Double Slash, empowered by a Starshine tier weapon, exhibits such strength to kill high-level monsters in one attack. He landed on the ground, and as he stood up, he was surrounded by a lot of beasts. Looking at the situation, he said that he's not planning to push through the map. Honestly, he was going to use the old method and blast through it in one go. After saying this, he simultaneously used a lot of scrolls, which caused a major blast in the area. The blast was visible from very far away. Soo-young then walked into the cave, saying that this was the Cave of Terrifying Beast. Given the mission's design, he assumed that the monster will be level 50 or higher. He wondered how many hits the monster would be able to take from him. He went into the cave, and there were no lesser monsters on the way, and finally he reached his destination. There was a lot of light coming from a section of the cave, which led him to the area of the boss monster. Upon entering, Su Yang saw that the monster was sleeping in the middle of Big Cave. It was a hideous-looking beast. The system window informed that it was a mutated beast that devoured an unknown chunk of flesh. It was level 55 and belonged to the undead race. Su Yang was confused, because apart from the level and name, there was no information visible about the monster. He thought that he needed to buy a higher-tier skill book for clairvoyance. He prepared himself, saying that one must never underestimate a boss with unknown information. He prepared for a tough battle, and launched an attack on the monster by using the Shadow Form skill. The attack dealt 52281 damage to the beast. Su Yang successfully used Wraithmark skill, and his dealt damage was increased by 300%. Experiencing Su Yang's attack, the beast roared in pain. Looking at the beast in pain, Su Yang muttered, as expected, "It can't be taken down in one hit." After noticing Su Yang, the beast instantly launched an attack toward him, which Su Yang dodged effortlessly by jumping into the air. He also launched a counterattack in the form of multiple slashes. To his surprise, the notification window informed that he had successfully slain the mutated beast that devoured an unknown chunk of flesh. He also gained 321 experience. Su Yang was dumbfounded by the sudden death of the beast. I think he was hoping for a tougher fight, but at this point, he is too OP. As a reward of killing the mutated beast, he obtained an aged key and an unknown rotting chunk of flesh. The system informed that the aged key seems to be very old with mottled marks, will be used to open a certain door in the future. The unknown rotting chunk of flesh was very powerful once, and now its power has been dissipated. It's a symbol of decay, and its origin is unknown. Su Yang thought that the key was mentioned in the mission, but he was confused about the rotten flesh. The description hinted that its owner was immensely powerful, even with its might have gone. The flash was powerful enough to mutate the beast. He grabbed both items, saying that he will put these aside for now, and return to submit the class change mission. The scene changes to inside the temple. Multiple system notifications inform that the inspection was complete and the class change mission was successfully completed. His base attributes increased by 25%. He also obtained the exclusive passive skill for magic warriors, named Dual Spirit Enhancement. It was a skill that increases the spirit attribute by 10% of the strength, and increases strength attribute by 10% of spirit. As the hidden mission was also complete, Su Yang received additional rewards. 5% increase in all attributes, a special class magic warrior, 1 legendary skill book. Due to his successful completion, the level cap was unlocked, and the reserve experience was used, and his level goes from 40 to 58. He also gained 360 attribute points. Notes he instantly distributed all those points evenly between strength and spirit. His strength attributes rose to 539. His speed attribute rose to 407. His spirit rose to 591. Su Yang was amazed by his terrifying base attributes. He mentioned that his base attributes have already completely crashed those of the third transformation professionals. If he includes equipment attributes, he is fully capable of facing against the spirit hunters. He was excited, thinking of defeating a fourth transformation while being a second transformation warrior. Su Yang thought that with the double attributes, mixed damage combined with that mark, his strike could likely be too much to handle, even for a Platinum Deer dungeon boss. He was truly amazed by these legendary skills. The notification window then showed that he was a magic warrior with the legendary skill Dual Destruction Blade. The scale merges the magic blade with the currently equipped weapon. It consumes half of the mana to launch a powerful attack, which deals 200% strength attribute damage plus 200% spirit attribute damage. The priestess then congratulated Su Yang on completing the 5-star second transformation. She informed him that his VIP benefits had also been officially updated. The previous monthly 10 million was now increased to 50 million per month. The discount rate for the X-Alliance Black Gold card also increased from 20% off to 30% off. The priestess then questioned Su Yang about his next plan. Su Yang said that he's a bit tired these days, and he plans to rest for 2 days. He mentioned that it was important to balance work and leisure. The priestess agreed with his statement, and said that it was indeed very important to rest. Su Yang then thought the rest doesn't mean doing nothing at all. He will take some time to visit Tianji Pavilion to buy some things, and then prepare to kill the Black Dragon. With this, the chapter ends here. I hope that you liked today's video, and if you did, hit that like button as today's like goal is 100 likes. Comment next part down below for the next part. Also, consider subscribing with the notification bell on to get notified as soon as a new video drops onto the channel. I'll meet you in the next video. Until then, thanks for watching.